What's up, everybody? So, second video of the day, and we're going to be talking about Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson, he's been getting a lot of criticism since the Supreme Court ruled against his prorogation. Well, he returned to Parliament on Wednesday and is currently goading the other parties to trigger a vote of no confidence in him. He has been accused so far of inflammatory remarks when referring to Jo Cox, in stating that the best way to remember her would be to get Brexit done. He has dismissed fears that his use of language such as traitor or betrayal was dangerous in a heightened political climate. He has been criticised for repeatedly referring to the act put through Parliament to take no-deal Brexit off the table as the Surrender Bill. Johnson replied that he had never heard such humbug in his whole life. He has also been accused of waging a culture war by Robert Peston, of all people. So, is Boris Johnson really showing contempt for the Parliament? Well, the fact is, in my opinion, he should, and he should push this as far as he can. So we're going to look at a few things from Reuters this overnight. Prime Minister Boris Johnson said on Wednesday he still wanted to set out a new legislative agenda through the Queen's speech and would be examining how to do so in line with the recent ruling from the Supreme Court. He said, he told Parliament, "I think the House and the country does need a Queen's speech, and we will be examining the judgment to see exactly how that should be brought forward into this new context." In another point, the government is planning a short suspension of Parliament ahead of introducing a new legislative agenda on October the 14th. Sky News reporter Beth Rigby said on Twitter, citing an unnamed senior source. "A senior source has told me government will want to do a short prorogation so it can press on with the Queen's speech on October the 14th, she wrote. The British government will ask lawmakers on Thursday to approve a motion that would temporarily shut Parliament to allow Prime Minister Boris Johnson's governing Conservative Party to hold its annual conference next week," a source said. Speaking on condition of anonymity, the source said that the government would put forward a motion to call a recess. Conservative conference is due to run 29th to the 2nd of October. Any such motion would be subject to the approval of lawmakers in Parliament. Well, it looks like that one's not going to go through, as the other parties are not going to play ball on this one either. Labour has already vowed to oppose any motion for a recess. I wonder how that's going to look for them. Next one, Prime Minister Boris Johnson said on Wednesday he would not seek an extension to Brexit, even if the conditions of a recently passed bill were met, forcing him to do so. Well, if he doesn't get a deal through the House or a no deal through this House by the 19th of October, will he seek an extension from the European Union to the 31st of January? He was asked in Parliament. "No," Johnson replied. Okay, a spokesman for the government said if MPs don't take the opportunity to say they have no confidence in the government should be allowed to get on with the strategy of taking the UK out on October the 31st. Well, that seems common sense. If they don't have no confidence in him, they have to have confidence in him. Interesting. So, of all these things overnight, it appears Boris is unbowed by his recent run-in with the courts and remains defiant. He has consistently made the same comments and does not appear to be backing away. It now emerges that MPs could pass a law next week to force Mr Johnson to request an extension immediately. So, has the Supreme Court ruling actually made anything clear about Brexit? Are we about to see a further prorogation? And has leaving on the 31st of October really been taken off the table? We'd like to hear any comments you have in the comments section below. Like, share, subscribe. if you appreciate what we do.